All right, guys, welcome back to another video. It's your man Jay Will. So here it is, folks, the battery test that I wanted to do over the weekend. So I've actually been using this phone for the entire weekend, and it lasted the entire weekend. To my surprise, I didn't actually charge it over the weekend. This phone actually lasted 2.5 days. So I'm going to go into, if you follow me on social media, you've already seen this, but I wanted to hurry and get the video going. So here it is. The phone has not been charged in 2 days, 12 hours and 49 minutes. I'm now down to 14%, and I have 4 hours and 45 minutes of screen on time. Now, before you shake a leg at that and say, oh, you didn't even get 6 hours, think about what I just said. I didn't charge this phone over the entire weekend. That's almost 3 days for a flagship. That is rare. That's very rare these days. It is so difficult to get these phones with these high resolution displays, and I didn't turn the display down because in this phone now, I didn't notice this until after I played with the phone for a little bit, but you can actually turn the display down to 1080p. You just go into the display settings, you go into advanced, and let's see, here you go, right there. You can turn off the quad HD. I don't do that because I like to watch videos in the highest resolution when I can. So this battery test that I was doing, it kind of turned into a battery test, kind of turned into a thrill. I was like, whoa, you know, I can keep on going. I don't have to charge this thing. And to my surprise, it worked. I was really shocked that the phone didn't die off faster than it did. And the thing is, it was there for me when I needed it. And this is why I'm starting to, in the last year or so, you've heard me say it multiple times, I'm gonna start measuring my time off of the charger, because if your phone is off the charger, and well, the longer you're off the charger, the better it is for you. And if you can use your device and not have to get on a charger and you're traveling or something like that, this is better for you. This should be the goal of a lot of companies, because this only has a 3,500 milliamp hour battery inside. But what do we credit this to? Do we credit it just because it has a 3,500 milliamp hour battery? Do we credit it to HTC's great skin here? This is about as close to stock from a non Google device that I like the most. Aside from Motorola, because that's pretty much stock, but they do sprinkle a few things here and there. But this, if you're gonna have a phone with the skin, this is a really nice light skin. So do we credit the great battery life to the skin, the processor, the size of the battery, how many apps I have on the phone? A lot of things play into this. You might do the same battery test with the same apps that I have, and you might not get the same results. It just depends. The battery life on the HTC U12 has proven to be great. I literally have only charged this phone twice in the 5 days I've had it, I believe. I think I've had it for about 5 days, and I've only charged it twice. I would say that's fantastic battery. I would say that's fantastic battery. Performance has been great on here. I had to give you an update on this, and I wanted to do it while the battery was still low and not just with screenshots. But this is fantastic battery, folks. Now, I'm not saying this is going to happen every time. This is just what happened within the first 5 days of me having this phone. I only charged it twice. And the reason I charged it the other time is because I didn't charge it when I initially got out of the box. I just used it until it died. And I was able to grab a lot of screen on time. I pushed it kind of hard, and I grabbed a lot of screen on time the first go round. But I decided to not pay attention to the battery as much as I normally would do in my testing phase. And here it is. That's fantastic battery, finally, from a flagship. Now, I know there's other devices out there, like in this title, flagship. That's something that's not something that I'm just saying, oh, this is what I go along with, but this is where the industry is. The industry says this is a flagship, and so that's the way I'll title it to you. You flip it however you want to flip it. I have other phones that I feel like are flagships, and people say, no, it's not. The bigger version with the bigger processor is a flagship. Whatever. Performance is key. If one of my phones that costs half the cost can perform better than the so-called flagships that I have, I'm labeling it a flagship. But this phone is knocking everything out the park. Let's see here. You've got great cameras. Check. You've got fantastic battery, check. Stereo speakers, beautiful screen. There's just so much to love about this phone. The form factor is so nice. I mean, wow. HTC, man, it's going to be hard to take this phone down. It's going to be a difficult task for another device to outshine this device, especially in the battery category. Now, we're not talking about phones that have, I'm talking about phones that have the Snapdragon 845, 835 on up. The 835 on up, there's very few phones that can do this right here. Last almost 3 days on a charge and still get almost, and I'm probably going to get 5 hours of screen on time. But wow. Wow, wow, wow. There's not hardly any so-called flagships that can do that. Very few. So, I mean, the iPhone X, I think I can, no, I don't know if I did it with the iPhone X. I'm not sure. The iPhone 8 Plus, though, I'm pretty sure I can do it with that one. Possibly. I didn't officially measure. I think the most I've gone is about 2 days, maybe. I'm not sure. But man, folks, anyway, quick update on the HTC U12. I had to get this video to you. This battery is boss. HTC, hats off to you. Hats off to you. Shout out to everybody over the HTC crew, man. You guys are killing it with this phone. Oh my gosh. I'm out, folks. Leave a comment down below. Can your flagship do that? Tell me about it.